الله يسلمكم جميع الكلام الطيب، الله يحييكم، مرحبا ومسهلا. يلا بدينا البث، بدينا قيامنا اليوم. اي دي جي ضد فوت، الجيم اللي انا متحمس له مره. التصويت بيقفل مع بداية الراوند الاول. تشكيلة اي دي جي اومن ويلي سايفر ريز سكاي يلعبون ريز تو دولست اي دي جي. هناك ويلي جيت اومن سايفر فوت تشكيلتهم معروفة. الماب ما بفوت صحيح. الله فوت راح للي. ليش الدردشة للمتابعين فقط؟ اللي يسوون فولو اخليها بدون ما يسوي فولو. عادي تقدر فولو تسولف وتشيل فولو وتروح عادي ما مشكلة. نتجنب الإساءة فقط ولا الناس يوم الخير.
Scattered across the winds essentially, and clearance is called for. Nobody rooted out of his position towards bricks now. So on onto these EDG players. The trades are coming in thick and fast. Smoggy missing this opportunity ever so slightly. Side step by Crostali. Knows he has to play time up towards that heaven angle. Crostali wins his fight out. This is FUT in complete control. Domination towards the side. Chichu. One hell of a task ahead of him, and the time already ticking way out of his grasp. The pistol open here on Haven.
And what a great one it is. Showcasing that they can adjust to what EDG are up to. And also looking like they're in slightly better form, at least to open things up. They're the team that's heated up, having played the Swiss stage. Nobody caught there, tucked into a corner. Lots of solo fights. Lots of FUT players. This is a really dangerous team. They've done incredibly well throughout the Swiss stage. And even when their backs are against the wall, even when they lose maps, they are never falling over. Every map is close, and I think in this series, a lot of the maps they're going to be favoured. Haven has been their stomping ground.
يلا قفلنا.
The map pool is
يعطيكم العافية اللي
صوتوا.
صوتوا.
Was talking about. We're going to be talking about all throughout, but Haven's an interesting one. FUT have managed to get this one in all of their series that they played so far.
Yeah, at some point,
London.
At some point, surely someone's going to end up banning their best map.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be EDG.
Bit of presence there, confirmation from the flash, but it.
تخيل الصوت صوتي أنا.
Nobody loves to hold that A-long angle where you just saw him take a bit of attack.
ولا في اللعبة.
Even in previous iterations of EDG's Haven, he looked like a potential weakness. The guy is.
يلا حي أبو محمد.
He's certainly a player to watch, but his attack side calling when the side swap has been one of the big things powering EDG through. But now though FUT have got a completely empty C site. It's like a great opportunity to just solidify their position.
هلا جيرالد عليكم السلام.
There are a lot of threats when you think about FUT coming into this game and EDG having weeks and weeks and weeks to prepare stuff.
34 days.
You've also just got no idea how a comp like this plays. I'll tell you, Waylay Raze is not something that FUT will have played against in any scrims. On Haven, there's just no way. No one is playing Raze on this map.
Yeah.
كانوا يلعبونها الصراحة بس الماب يحتاج سبيس زي نيون جيت ويلي أكثر من انك تحتاج ريز. فينيكس مناسب إذا بتلعب بيه جراج.
Anchoring down, just aiming to go down to the spike in a spot like this.
They made it decently expensive too. Couple of bulldogs saved over. Sociable.
There
we go.
Just out of dodge, but Chichu's got that Phantom. A nice collection from EDG there. Takes a bit of sting out of FUT. But EDG have got to show us in this round right here what they've been prepping.
ريز تصلح بهيفن. شوف بقول لك شغلة، أي شخصية بعطيك قاعدة في باله تمام، حطها في بالك والله صدق، مهما كان بعيدا عن المتا والناس ايش يلعبون، اي شخصيه تقدر تطلع منها فاليو في اي ماب حتى لو ما يناسبها، اذا كان في راسك علم وبلاي ستايل معين تقدر. فهمت علي؟ بس الناس تروح مع المتعارف عليه والاريح، او لا نقول متعارف عليه اللي مضمون انه مناسب. شو معناته انا ما اقدر استفيد مثلا من ايزو هنا ولا فينيكس ولا ايا كانت الشخصيه. فهمت علي؟
Popped up, lay it down. Chichu's got that paranoia prime, but all of it, Sop is ahead of most of this here, but he doesn't end up squaring up for the fight properly enough. It's Chichu. Swift dismissal. Slaps him down, and FUT were moving in a completely different direction off the back of it, but Jenny...
مو كل شخص له لعب معين، كل تيم له بلاي ستايل معين.
Massive advantage now to EDG.
هذه الكلمة الأصح اللي تنقال في البطولات.
Contact plays continue here, but still aim is
كان يا بطل يا كان.
EDG no messing around as Kang is small.
صراحة أتمنى اي دي جي يفوز، لكن المنطق يقول بتروح الفوت. من زمان ما شفنا الاتراك ضد الصينيين، عشان كذا السيناريو احس انه حماس.
Again, we're learning how this composition works as we watch because it's such an unusual one. But
زي ما قال جيرالد، شوش قال بس يعني غير تنفع ببيرل، بس بتعاني مرة عكس مثل اللي يلعبون جيت ويلي ونيون بالضبط.
If they had hard committed to the A fight, I'm not sure that EDG was set up to defend that well.
زي بيرل تقدر تلعب المعروف عليه فيت سوفا كيو، مو معناته ما استفيد من بريتش او سكاي على حسب اللاي ستايل اللي تحتاجه.
Flash Kang. Exploration towards mid. He doesn't overcommit though. Move with the cam enough really. It's going to cause FUT to have to re-clear some of this space, commit the drone towards it. They've already got Sociable in a very forward spot. Just hold on, spotting that one, yeah, just ahead.
It's good information though from this dog. Clears out the whole of short and recognizes that Sociable's probably alone on this one. They still keep 3 players stacked on the side. But FUT in the meantime have been chasing ghosts in mid. Kang with the refract put pressure there.
EDG قاري اللعبهم انهم دائما
here just from that delay with the dog, but now that's a little bit too much contact that they were hoping for. Immediate dissipating back towards the side, looking to see if he can anchor and hold this one back. Chichu using the util, he's trying to bail out nobody who's cut tight to this corner. Finding it difficult now, they're going to be overwhelmed and the presence comes down.
Hello, nobody!
And the gunfights! Nobody kind of shut it all down, still traded out in the end for Starley. Did a number on him. It's brought FUT into a 2v1 now, post-plan. Down without a problem, Jenny. Attempt to take the timing, but no clearance into the corner, and there it is, cleaned up. FUT leading this one 3-1 so far.
Re-exploration with that trailblazer from nobody. I thought he'd seen enough that there was no one.
Oh, لو يمسكهم كان ابغى اشوفه.
Rather than rotating players off, that stuck nobody in this angle. And to be fair to him, he does great. But all of his health dies in the meantime.
اللي جاء تايم اوت.
FUT focused on taking out everyone else who was coming in to try to bail out the IGL. And FUT go up 3-1. They haven't put pressure on EDG's economy just yet. Chishu being able to save that Phantom early, actually paying dividends here. Kang's got the op in hand, and this is the deadliest weapon.
خلاص بكلمك في التايم اوت، خليك موجود.
Kang's a nightmare with the op, and if he can get himself into good positions and anticipate the end point, FUT are probably going to pay for it. But as of now, that FUT exploration towards A, pulling so many players.
Slow going, thrown into many of the XX. Jenny, this is brave. A lot of damage done, breaks the trip here. Yedajay just softened up and calling for the pack to come back towards him.
Again, the Trailblazer out through A, sets up Kang on the line. He is not going to be a threat in this round, just holding that A line as the rest of EDG get to rotate and help Jenny.
Jenny needs some assistance now. He's going to be spotting a bit of contact with just the one player. Now the cage propped up and they've walked all the way up. That's going to be saturated to 4. Sop unaccounted for. Already here, holding them all the way back. Blade Storm in hands, and an attempt to retrieve the gun is successful. That could go down here. It's a tough retake for EDG. Doing this one with the operator in Kang's hands, but he's not scared to get aggressive. Not when his team needs it, but they are a player down. It's going to make it very tough. They need mistakes to be made. FUT to open themselves up. Overzealous potentially with the peaks, but it looks like they're already primed for it. Paranoid is sent early. Sociable, he's still looking for a little bit more. Head clean off the shoulders of Smoggy. EDG slow going with this retake, and at this point you might be just calling it quits for the save. Still kills flooding in, but at this point yet time ticking too far away. It's another round added to the tally here for FUT.
We've seen earlier in the tournament that FUT actually have fumbled some of those post-plant situations. That was one of the biggest reasons that they lost the vitality early on. Good to see them there, still looking actually to challenge, still looking to put pressure onto EDG. There was no way that EDG could get through the choke. Especially with Kang just holding the op like this.
والجديد
He's
بعد.
got to pass that off to somebody else and try to set up for the retake. In theory, this could retake fairly well.
سبه. طيب اسمع زورو، انا شفت كلامك بداية البث، بس وانا قاعد اشتغل ولا رديت، وقلت برد في الجيم. وليش برد قدام الناس في البث؟ لانك سويت شيء قدام الناس في البث. طيب ما راح اتكلمك خاص، بس ببين وجه الناس فاهمين غلط. في ناس فاهمين غلط، ترى مو معناته. بعطيك مثال في المود عندي لو يقل ادبه ولا يستخدم مود بصلاحيات غلط، والله لفك منه المود وبنده ولو خويي هو انا هنا عندي في الشات ما في فرق بين فلان وعلان، حتى العمر. احنا كلنا سواسي وكلنا واحد، ونمزح مع بعض ونطقطق مع بعض، والامور والوضع حبي من الاخر. حتى انا تطقطقون علي عادي وانا اطقطق عليكم، لكن بحدود. في حدود ما نتجاوزها. نعرف ان احنا في بث وقدام ناس وشات، تمام؟ امزح وانبسطها، بس الغلط ما يصلح. فشفت انت غلط على الرجال مره ومرتين بكلام ما هو بمحله، انا ما اقوله، وان قلته ازل واعتذر فهمت علي؟ فارجو انه ما يتكرر ذا الموضوع. مو معناته ان فلان معه VIP ولا مود ياخذ راحته. الVIP ينشال بضغطه زر، كلام لك، والمود نفس الكلام، بس من باب التوضيح فقط. نرجع ننبسط.
Otherwise, what was the bread for?
That's what I mean. We want to see evidence. I think that the time has been well spent because
وانت عاد لا تشوشر. شو اللي يدعس يا ابو خايب وخالد؟
as there always is, but
انصح نصيحه لاني ابغى وجودي عندي في البث. لا اعطيك انت الحين تايموت. ادعس يا ولد. تحت جلس يشرب شاي ابليس.
hoping for a return of form back to some of the glory days.
Here's this a long take that I was talking about. Social
يلا بسم الله.
towards bricks. Kang chooses a passive position at short though, just hoping that people are going to walk into him. EDG
ابو كان دورني دليني.
He is going to be in a spot where no FUT players are. It's great information for the rest of the team, but it hasn't helped them in these prior rounds. They need to be getting Kang into these fights. He's a superstar player.
لا اله الا الله.
Going to be broken here. Social ball, TP. It's going to be cancelled. He's got signs of line forwards now, but that's a Cloudburst off to the side. Soft just trying to insert himself into the side. Zeus double dash is accounted for. Chichu's right there. Let's see if he can return with that fire again.
Chichu, I believe والله Chichu.
He really needs to barrel his way out, but it's so soft.
on fire. سب راح شو راح يترول.
Just barreling over to EDG.
جلسه كان
Attempt of a defense, attempt to flood in and help them out. Consolation prize with a kill. He just looks to save this up for another rainy day.
شكرا يا اليمن.
Even when he took a little bit of a day off, Zeus stepped in, the double duelist duo, no matter who it is, and usually
على الاشتراك الله يعطيك العافية.
they've looked spectacular.
Yeah.
This is one of the things we could have been talking about coming into this game.
31 too much بالنسبة لي فالو. أشوف أطلق حجم الألعاب الFPS والإي سبورت. أنا أشوف الإي سبورت الله أكبر، أقصد ألعاب الFPS والشوتر 24. هذه 24 نص، هذه أطلق شيء. أنا أشوف أحلى حجم وأطلق حجم. 27 مو غلط، بس أحس إنه يعني أقصى حجم كبير توصل له 27 زي ما قال علي. 24 وحجم 27، هذول الحجمين لا تعديهم، وأنا أفضل 24 على 27. أنا تفضيل، وفي ناس عكس 31 وفوق. هذه تروح تلعب فيها ردد.
It's so clean. The way that they dealt with that flood attempt as well. EDG
24 والله مو بصغير. احتياجات الواحد تبغى تلعب كل شيء قدامك، ما تقول
EDG have used their tag time out, and I haven't really seen an adjustment that's going to
هنا
help
بيجيك
on top of FUT here.
Kang's much braver though.
يبغى لك وزن ذراعه بعد سنة.
Taking a lot of space off the back of it. Jenny, quick break of the cam, quick disengage now. Soa, okay. Smoggy, just stop. Hold on, that was a dodge from the refract. Pulled it all the way back and FUT. The squaring
أنا
up
بقى هي سموجي كيف أنت عايش؟
Hunter's Fury was committed. Crystali feeling like that was a lot more pressure where it came.
إيه الكوتش يكلمهم، ما سمعت يقول شيء. حكوها كيف يتكلم معهم؟ ما يصلح. تايم اوت يتكلم.
Now FUT's just opened up this line towards A. They're accelerating. The call's really nice here from Sociable. Chichu tries to make a reactive play himself and gets fended off by Sociable. Who even picks up Jenny as well.
والله يا أخي شب ذا. صح تصير أحلى. خلاص نجيب خلاص المفروض نخلي كوتش يكلم الشباب وامهاتهم، نجيب كل لاعب تكلمه. يلا يا ولدي مره واحده. نخلي كل اللعيبه يتواصلون مع الاصدقاء والاحباب. ما يصلح، هي 5v5. صعب عليه اذا ما حط معه في الكلمه، صعب لازم يسيب.
Allowed to get away with murder. And once again,
لا تسيب. والله.
complete control.
Yeah. Going.
فوت كويس هنا.
EDG, but for FUT, they're going to be happy with this one. This is a very strong start. A team that have a ton of momentum. There's that dodge earlier from the refract.
It's beautiful, isn't it? We've seen more and more players get great with that. I think one of the biggest things you can give FUT credit for too is how they've evolved and how they've changed themselves. The coaches deserve all the praise in the world. Vlad and Bambino. You are looking at a team that took the time before Masters London to reinvent themselves, and we were hoping that for EDG. No signs of it just yet.
بقول لكم معلومة. ما بهيفن ضد فوت الاي سايت هو حلك دائما.
Kang's giving up on the operator as well, maybe looking to utilize the ult instead. Some kind of trap play over towards Garage.
Yeah, it's a good adjustment so far. EDG been prone to over-rotate from the early noise cues. This time, it's a stack of players ready and waiting. Convergent passes forward. Stop is already there, leading for the entries. Sidestepping Jenny! Somehow goes down in the midst of all of that. A bit of damage done, but it's inserted. Smoggy now into the back, but he's saturate. Sidestepped and dodged and still unaccounted for. No one looking towards it yet. Still the kills flood in. It's a feed filled with red. And yet a
حرام عليه والله سوى وايد سوينج لو اني انتظر بس.
onto the round.
FUT's fearless scaling into these back sites is perfection. As EDG challenge, they are met with multiple FUT players, all posted up, controlling the angles, winning the duels.
ويلي تطلع اكثر من انها يعني ويلي.
And they navigated Jenny's setup really quite nicely. Jenny's got specific prep.
سوي انجيج تطلع خلاص. لكن جيت لا تقدر تسوي انجيج وتكمل انجيج.
He's got a trip to catch the waylay. He's got a trip to catch Sop's updraft on top of the double box. Doesn't matter. FUT mix it up and power through with good trading, good spacing.
والله قال لكم فوت خوف.
I'm loving watching them.
Made the most the short amount of time that they've had off of the entirety of this Swiss stage on an absolute tear.
They rebuilt their comps. They've looked heavily prepared for every team that they've faced. If they win this game, they'll match their best ever performance at a global, which was 5th, 6th at Shanghai. And they've still got more to give. I mean, that was they went down to the lower bracket and won a game there.
Yeah.
Talking a bit early, obviously, but FUT are in control here on Haven.
Like a bit of a punish over towards Link. Still, the shots rain out, rattle from that barrel. Still, Sociables there, able to trade. Still, it's going to take some individuals. Sharp shooting on display from EDD to see if they can find a way forwards in a round like this. And not working with the best.
يدخلون اكيد يجوا سموك ينتظرون سموك يروح ولا
see if they can make them sing. Double up, walking into the smoke into a Sociables domain. Slam shut the door in their face, Jenny. Onto the flank rapidly at that, causing a bit of noise, bit of sound and peeling eyes towards him, but massive advantage here still to FUT. Plant down rifles in their hands, and they know where Smoggy is. Be able to get a couple of kills here potentially, but it's just Zeus sidestepping, dancing around the bullets. 8-1 lead here for FUT. This is pure dominance.
Sociables calling has been beautiful as well.
اي والله طلع مود. ليه ما طلع على غيرت؟ خلني اسوي له ريبلاي. اي هذا هو جاء. شكرا لك على الريسب. والله يا في بي. يا ولد كثر الملايين عندكم سالتوا. برحمتك مرحبا ومسهلا. الان يجيك احلى في بي منور. بالله طلع ما انتبهت والله. سموحه. ان شاء الله يلي دفع الفي بي. شيكم انتم منين طلع؟
They don't want to repeat the history books of what's happened the last 2 events that they've attended.
هذا شلون يجيبون ملايين منين؟ انا حاطه مليون يدفعون عادي كأنه ريال. أشرف. اوكي. ما شاء الله عليكم.
Witnessing your own improvement. That's the kind of stuff that's powered FUT to this. They said that when they beat full sense as easily as they did, it just invigorated them with that level of confidence. EDG yet to find that. Here's a trip that we're showing you again. that there are a lot of tricky setups that Gianni is trying to run to catch Sop in these updraft positions, because that's the way he likes to entry with the waylay of Zeus as well. But they haven't found what they're looking for just yet.
Cage triggered.
I mean, there is some anti here, but it's micro anti. The macro game, EDG are getting wrecked.
Yes, sir.
FUT have been quite consistent, I think, in terms of making noise early, rotating to different places. Not punished too yet for it, but will be a prime time to try and speed it up.
We also haven't really seen Kankan be able to
داخل الاي
another round.
بس اوكي قاعد يلعب الاي
opposite side to the area that
باسلوب الريتيك اللي هو هافن تو تريب حاط له تريب فوق الظاهر لا تريب
He
انت
doesn't have another cage to cross, and Kankang is on the line. We'll see what reaction time test, and there it is. Past the mark with flying colours.
Cage, they found my
Plenty of bodies as well waiting. EDG, they have the ability to try and flip defend this one if they choose to hard commit. 47
والله سيف قاعد
seconds left.
يتسبم
Umming and ahhing, and even that contact back to peel all the way, but they don't have any map control elsewhere.
شكرا يا ايثن
looking to try to get the punish here. Sop is one of
يعطيك
the
العافيه
Jet players alongside
الله
Kankan
يكثر
that
خيركم
loves to run
جميعا
this
يا
attack
شباب
side op. Had an idea perhaps that Chishu was going to be going for that jump spot. They've seen it in previous rounds. It's going to be an A re-hit. And the flashes from nobody, the position from Kankang are allowing this to still be this three-player stack. It's EDG's best chance of taking another.
Really is in quite some time. Chichu already drawing that blood. Cristalli though is going to answer straight back. Trying to wrangle control with the rifle. Still that time.
No!
Let down to the bit a few moments.
نايس راوند ايوه 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 حلو من
Finally
يدي
another round in their hands.
The crowd roaring a sigh of relief as well. I think recognizing that their team needs to be powered forward by sheer force of will. if
EDG
they have any
افضل
chance
بس
to get back
فوت
into this
قوي
game.
مره
This round though, one of the first where they've been able to get that good stack on the site. And I think Sop's adjustment coming out of the attack timeout to attack up didn't actually pay dividends for them. I'd like to see him go back to the rifle or maybe even using the Blade Storm in the next round. It's an interesting idea coming out from the FUT coaching staff to mix things up and change the tempo, but listen, it was working.
Oh, Swoggy, what is this? Off the rip, showstopper. He's going to try and lead the charge, making it feel like it's a bit of a squeeze. Dodge, but on the open, that won't save you from the rifle. Feels like it's a bit of a crunch into their spawn angle, but everybody else is just sitting tight and pretty here. EDG is only Smoggy really activated, and he's all the way got out with his life.
They've got Kankan posted up down C.
على اللي سواه غير مو
But that does
متوترين
mean that A is incredibly weak at the moment. FUT choose not to bite. They had a timing potentially, but if they are going to go back into C, nobody's positioning is very unexpected. It is not common for a Sky to be tucked down C cubby like this.
It's unorthodox, really, but that sums up, I think, nobody's game.
سمكوا
Maybe
بي
unexpected play.
And the drone is not going to reach him. Kankan can take contact, bait, and play the IGL in.
Broken up. Nobody's going to be hearing potentially some sound cues as well from the
والله ما
rotation away
فكها
over towards A, but there's no movement, no budging. Nobody though will start to piece it together now with a deep push out. Hasn't seen any signs of life. Calling for the rotations to A. The question is, they're going to be fast enough. 30 seconds remaining.
30
Double walk
seconds
down
left.
short.
And this is it. The re-clear could go so
لا 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 دمرهم والله
And he's just taking
قال
the
الله
minutes
اذا ما
down.
كانوا ماشيين صح الا شعر
He's
يلعن
setting
ام
himself into the
الشغله ولعب
conversation.
فت الوسخ
Like a dagger to the back, this guy ripping them to shreds. EDG barely able to get the right read in time, and they're just not even getting a chance to show what they've got.
Again, getting mangled in the macro, sociable, showcasing that they don't just have to run these execs, they can also play a slow game. And Smoggy's left wondering what he could possibly do in a round like this. A 1v4, where two of his teammates, himself and Gianni, do not have the credits for the next round particularly, so it's going to have to be a save. But saving to try to put together a 3-9 half just feels awful. EDG wanted more than this. At least he manages to recover the operator. But I can't say that Kankang has had much impact with this gun, unusually for him.
طيب بس
Patient game really being played by FUT as well. Poking, prodding, ensuring that they don't run into anything that they don't like the look of here. But the last round will really do something. And like you said, best case scenario will be that 9-3.
30초 남았습니다. 3
It's all
seconds
shop
left.
really, individuals. And that's been what's powering this FUT squad outside of what we were bigging up for the coaching staff, for Vlad and Bambino, the work that they put in. It's also been raw individualism, tearing away some rounds out of the hands of their opponents.
EDG themselves need a hero. Jenny with an early cam. Nobody there to help apart from Kang with an ult. Here comes Shishu, ulting in.
A bit of reinforcements now. He's going to lay it down. That anchor smoke is going to be saturate in through the back Hunter's Fury as well. But a bit of spam into the smoke, just spotted out. I believe the recon revealing. Jenny was lit up there, both by the bullets and the dart. Kang trying to get active. That's a blind shot through the smoke, and he's able to at least find
والله حسبتها ما
needs to go down here. EDG did a much faster onto the approach. Plays in position. There's no more second chances. You have to commit into this one. Kang still posted. Saturate flies forwards. He's looking for signs of life to see if they can poke their heads up and around, but stop over towards the top and accounted for with Zeus. Let's lose to the convergent pass and a 10-2 finish with a flourish at his first half here. Haven.
لا الخسر ما يطلع ينزل لور. احنا في مرحلة بلاي اوفس الحين اللي يخسر ينزل للميشن راوند. يلا 10-2. قد هاف. اعلان الهاف يا عيال. والله فوت والله فوت او بي هنا اقسم بالله.
Most dominantly against EDG today.
What a hell of a beginning here for
I'm digging it, but Kang is on the waylay to open up. And Sob, he wants more heads.
Smoggy spotted out here, and I'm going to see that delayed refight cooking off, and we're going to see it. Yeah, okay. Kill found.
So confident.
Lightning fast by Sob. Even with the saturate going a little bit wide here, immediate reaction by EDG. They are deep in through spawn, and they're making a call, potentially planning into backside.
شوفوا كيف اخذوا اللونج ولف عليهم الصور يا ولد. يا ولد.
Further here. Dog as well is going to be clearing a path potentially forwards if they choose to take it. Just spots the signs of life from the one, and it is Kang deep on the line now up towards heaven. Could be a game changer.
اوكي رحت لها في الحلوة.
Three players though, a foot all squaring up now, gearing for the takes. The Marquis slide off angle. It's nice work, but nobody straight back at it. Instantly there with a trade. Kang wins this fight out. This is the best signs of life that we've seen.
Hello.
There it is.
Another situation where nobody puts himself in a spot for the rest of his team to play off. Comes up with the goods. A 3K in him from this round. Just holding these tighter angles.
One enemy remaining.
They've got the skill. If they could show it. This would be one hell of a comeback, but
والله بيكون comeback.
I think FUT will have something to say about it once guns are back in hand. Can EDG warm up at the very least? Yeah. Oh, you don't want to see them walk into this stack early on.
And the second game.
Good for them.
Nobody's attack side calling has been quite good though. It's something that I've been a big fan of in China.
The stack.
Let's see if he sniffs this out.
Five players out.
شكرا يا أمل على الاشتراك الله يعطيك العافية.
Nobody. Already that awareness is off the charts, and they clear on most of these players. The right clicks though, reigning true, and Sop will get cleaned up regardless. Here, yet a J, tucked tight. Nobody really too much in a spot like that, so they navigate the danger.
I mean, I don't know about navigate it so much as bulldoze it down. They walked straight into the stack, but nobody clearing the second player there really is.
أتوقع هذا اللاعب الجديد حقهم مش اسمه؟ السايفر هو اللي يجي صح؟
And Zeus was baiting for someone.
Spike down A.
I've still yet to see the EDG theory. They took so
هذا
much
جيني.
time off and reworked their composition on this map. This is the bonus round.
معقولة.
If you have any tactic
ممكن كمباك مو غلط. كيف الجيم فاتني البداية؟ ما عليه يا أمل تونا في البداية فات كلها في الأول 10-2. ما فاتك ذاك الشيء.
Sociable, trying to activate off the pressure, but he's already heard these signs of life. No, he's twisting and turning. He doesn't expect it. Kang matters into his own hands now. All the way forwards, refract just there in time to peel all the way back. It has granted him a lot of space over towards C. Jenny, tasked with holding on to it. That will be able to go down. Still at a player disadvantage.
Yeah, no utility to work with either. They have to make a play here, and Kang's going to be the one to do it.
Moving forwards, it's watched for. Sienna J counting for the deep push, knowing that there's risks to be taken by EDG just for them to get a way back in.
طبعا كان شوي صراحة لو لعبت.
Down to a 2v4 deep face out into the open. Just the one, spectre damage, double dash backwards, forwards. Zeus weak as anything, but overwhelming Smoggy and Sop. Not worried about being the villain.
كان يحتاجون البونس عشان يبدون مشروع الكمباك بس ما جابوه ما عندي شلون.
Especially here at the Copper Box Arena. But man,
لكن
they are giving it.
دامهم 11 4 باقي في امل. شرط انه يمسكها فوز 3 راوند ان رو.
Not in a braggadocious way though. A way that's borne out across his entire career so far.
الجمهور مع
EDG failed to put together the bonus that could have potentially got something going for them on the attack side, and now this.
حاط 1080.
Smoggy 2 away from a showstopper. Looking to take the fight over towards A.
There it is, aggression is an
فراكشر. ابوك ما بدك تتكلمين عنه. وهنا الريفيل بالضغط.
Crunched and collapsed. And it's Sop the one to do it, shushing the crowd in the process.
I don't know if it's going to be a library in here so much as the
سكت الجمهور ترى.
if Sop keeps this up.
سكت الدنيا كلها. أهين الدار.
Where is the break on the recon? We've seen the recon dart absolutely destroying Jenny.
شلون منكسر الريفيل؟
And now another situation
ها؟
where EDG
الريفيل كيف منكسر؟
A lobby crunch.
He is so happy to be the villain. Oh yeah. Feasting off the lack of energy.
Next map we get to see the Jet v Jet.
عليكم السلام.
Face v heal. Kang v Sop. That's what I'm looking forward to because this map is done from the moment they began.
الله ما يقدر على فوت الا فيتاليتي ويمكن بعد.
Picked apart. Yeta Jake is taking liberties here. Deep Smokes lay it down. Odin in the hands of Cristali. Paper mache floors, a convergent pass, all going to be offloaded now. Either side here. Big stuns though, and that's going to be that showstopper again. Pulled out Fuse, going to be falling down to the bitter end potentially. Pre-fire into the corner to no avail. No real kills going away, but it's every ult offloaded, and for FUT, they're really now seeing if they can make their mark onto this one moving forwards. Dissecting the sights. There's a map that is in their sights. For Haven there, feeling almost preordained. With a flourish with a finish like that, Kang, he tried his best. It was not enough to keep them in it. Map 1 of Haven goes the way to FUT.
سلم لي حبيبي. سلم لي. يلا سلم التصويت. فوت فاز في مابهم. نشوف سكت عندنا بير. خلنا نفتح تصويت بير الآن. والله العظيم يا أخي الله يستر منهم هذولا. لقطة ما ادري شيء طيب زبال.
There was going to be that turnaround. I'll have to wait a little bit longer. One more round at least for EDG before they can get the buy online.
البستول على لقطة ذا. أصلا ذا
See the identity that they've got.
استغفر الله. ذا زلزس. زلزس يا ولد ايش معجون اسنان. ذا حقهم. هذا اصلا لعبه من تفكيره من تي وجوده بس عشان يحرك معنويات التيم. فوت تقفل. اللي ما صوت شباب اذا شفتوا ارو يكتب علموني في الشات. حرف ما ابغى.
Yeah, they have a level of awareness in terms of where they could be a main control. It's theirs. It's going to be locked down by Sop. The trip's still active. Really, the only question mark is going to be that Suez angle, but even that has been watched.
طيب التشكيلة من تشامبر.
Cut noise, but they haven't actually done anything with the space.
فيد أسترا كيو.
Players from FUT walk into them.
And there it is. First player drop now.
فيد كيو.
EDG looking to see if they can make a move onto the side. Trying to clear up towards the back of the side. It's an instant trade by Chichu, but now he's in a 1v2.
ليش يلعب سب تشامبر ويعطي زيوس زيوس ليه؟ ليه ما يلعب هو جت ويعطيه هو ذا واذا ما ذا خلاص يلعبوا تو دولست.
Definitely pulled out a couple of damage and potentially guns as well that might be lost, but
yeah, they managed to still keep the Phantom and a Bulldog into this round with two players having that light armor. It's really
بعد البث السحب قد يقولوا من قبل بعد البث باقي عندنا ماب 2 يمكن تروح ماب 3 بعدين في بريك بعدين يبدا جيم 2 بعدين فيها ماب 1 بعدين فيها ماب 2 يمكن ماب 3 بعد البث لما يخلص ماب 3 يتم تذكير ابو خالد. الحين ذكرني راوند الجاي انسى. تمام ممتاز.
put a bit more pressure on.
سحب وش على
My concern though is with the outsides of the maps, with B main,
بسكوت.
with A main, with how they deal with Sop's chamber.
I am with you.
Because he's going to get pushed up on deep angles.
Taking a lot of liberties with it now. We're seeing a main fight delayed here by FUT. They're just throwing out a knife, getting the acknowledgement that nobody's there. But EDG were waiting in the wings. They were just out of range of it. Fowler's going to be catching though, and with that connection.
Big miscommunication there from FUT on who was going to break the haunt.
Covering it.
I think Sop was supposed to break that to play Yedajay into the corner. Yedajay's now going to push up. They knew that he was tucked over towards Cubby.
حلوة منه.
Very dangerous.
الله يستر.
All the way up here.
لو يطلع.
Might be able to hear the signs of life, but everybody's walking up now. And he's cutting it up close. Surely we see the clearance. Nobody's walking right in.
حين نغير الفحم.
Gamer timings. Just the one before he goes down, but that is a ton of information.
اقسم بالله احنا اللي نلعب اس ترى فينا لعنه ما هي طبيعيه. لا من قد الشخص قرب نعطيه ضيق.
being made over towards this B site.
نضبط الراس.
Utah going to be sailing out overhead as well.
عرفها ما هو بيده وغصب شكر
Go
الله.
down with no pushback.
Last time FUT flooded, but this time Zeus not in a position to help them, so they've got to wait and play a set retake. Crystali though with double flash and a nade to clear out halls. FUT are going to have a chance here.
See how clean this one is. They're working with the bonus weaponry at the end of the day, but now already making the moves. No clearance into the corner. Kang straight there. Smoggy makes sure to lock it all down from that main avenue.
والله بحث الحين حلو.
Crossfire setups EDG.
يلا.
3 players surviving. Too much damage done to their economy, but critically around.
ماني مقلل والله. بس قلت لك البطولة هذا السيريس هذا عندي أشوف فرصة فوت فيتاليتي أعلى من بياركس وحطيت الثالث وقلت البطولة مع الثلاثة هذولي إذا راحت لأحد غيرهم كلها آراء ماني مقلل لأني أشوف فيتاليتي أكثر تيم بياركس بالجيم الأول فنان كلمة حق.
But it had previously been their permaban.
They found my trap.
I like the emphasis here. Taking a bit of lane control. The pack of players, but Sop was unaccounted
ما قابل فريق.
So Rendezvous is back, but
مثل فوت فيتاليتي هناك أقدر أحكم عليه.
Bit of spraying and praying in through the cloud burst, but your back's opened up. Headhunters and wide into the open, and the shots do go wide. Smoggy. All popped off.
حلوة. إن شاء الله يا مان.
Significant damage at this one, but his flank now activating.
I'm looking at nobody here. He's the player that needs to be watching over towards the flank.
الجيم الأول ما قنعني.
There it is.
صراحة.
To the dome. Nobody's being dropped.
ديفايتن أشوفه تيم روكي.
Still that nightfall. I guess some acknowledgement that they were looking for, but a plan position. It's not quite ideal for either side. Flash is going to be sailing out now. Time ticking. It was the time spent trying to get this one online, and there's still a pull.
اسمه سيء.
Pullback star. Chichu doesn't even have it for it now with a flash and a repeat. FUT! How the hell have they found a win con there?
3 players on the flank and EDG cowering in B link. The lack of a pull is devastating.
Did Chichu not have it?
إن شاء الله يرجع قسطران. متى الله العالم. إذا فاز ضد فيتاليتي بياركس ليش بقول؟ ستيل فيتاليتي عنده فرصة يفوز البطولة. أحس فيها يعني رجعة من فيتاليتي. زايد ما أدري ليش أنا عندي قناعة إن البطولة الفيتاليتي إذا لا فت كذا. ما أدري ليش أنا حاصرها على الفريق. ليش أنا ما أدري ليش إحساسي إنها بتروح لأوروبا البطولة دي. ما أدري ليش. قلت ذا الكلام من بداية السويس ترى ما هو بدأ الحين هبت. بعد ما شفنا الأيام الأولية في السويس.
During that grand final, though, where they were playing on Pearl, Smoggy was one of the key players. And he ended up being, I think, the highest-rated player of that. He's played the most rounds of Phoenix out of anybody in China. I think he's got to be another player alongside Kang Kang and Chishu to step up and try to win them this game.
ضبط الروستر، كرونيكال جاهز، زانت الأمور، تعودوا على بعض، خذوا وقت من العام، زانت أمورهم من البطولة اللي راحت.
See what they can do in a round like this. They really do need a miracle. It's going to be just the eco for them. Argument onto the line. Shots are going wide on either side here, but the molly dropped down. It's going to be separating most of them. The haunt is dealt with.
نرجع لسالفة الأي ها.
A lot of Utah being pulled out here from
هذا ما بير كذا لعبة. لأن أنت تتكلم عن فوت بس الآن EDG لعبة مختلف وتشكيلته غريبة.
Allows FUT to be stacked so heavily on the other side.
مو غريبة بس أقصد.
This is also one of those areas where Mini was breaking it down. It would be lovely to get
البلاي ستايل حق EDG
going in the
غريب.
other direction. But it does make a big difference when Sociable's pushed up rather than in an anchor position. He's harder to deal with, harder to anticipate perhaps, and going to get earlier
فوت عند
information.
وضعيه فوت
EDG,
ذكي.
they fake like they could be going
فوت
back in the other
تدرون
score,
ليش
but
انا
they haven't
اقول لك
interacted
شيء
with Sociable,
2-0
so he
للوينت
knows
الجيم.
that this is all
ما راح
fair.
يفوز اي دي جي بدل الماب.
They're all going up through lane.
90%
It's not the case.
عموما.
Stack bodies has not budged. They have not
تدرون
moved.
ليش اقول ذا الكلام؟ انا ما ادري ليش اي دي جي
You
الزاحف
take
اختار ذا الماب
perfect in the process,
وفوت
doesn't it?
تدرس
Starting weakest
من
anything,
افضل
but still
فريق
the
يلعب ذا
team
الماب
is
اللي
by
هو
his
فيتاليتي.
side. Yetterjay just tearing them asunder now. Time
Spike down A.
fully running out, fully out of the mark. What
والله
a
العظيم
round by
جنون.
Yetterjay.
اقسم بالله فوت تدرون من اكبر يعني انا احس انه خيره له انه تاهل سويس مو مركز اول ولعب سويس قبل فيتاليتي. بلاي ستايل اللي اندق ولعب بيرل علم فوت كيف يلعب. عرف ان الاي هو مشكلته يحلها يتكي في السايت يلعب البي فول ريتيك وفاز الراوند اللي راح ريتيك وفلانك زي ما شفنا والحين شوف كيف.
Even Pearl when they've lost it.
لأن لا افهمني لما اقول لك انه تدرس من تيم يلعب في ذا الماب بطريقه احترافيه. فجاي الحين اي دي جي بمابه انا ما اقول ولد انسى يفوز اي دي جي لا بس رايي فوز فوت وبنتيجه ساحقه نفس الاولى.
Sociable though has put himself in a very risky position here.
That's just these deep pushes. They get the info off the night.
شو الحين قدم خذ بيك والله العظيم فيتاليتي درس فوت بس مجرد انه لعب ضده.
From behind, they still haven't dealt with Sop, but this operator still looking to see if he can remove most of this one. He needs to peel back to safety. He's overstaying, isn't he? Not worried about it. Rendezvous was way out into the open, yet still he looks like he wants to post his way up once more, doubling, jumping up towards it, trying to lock onto the domes. Barely missing, these shots whistling over their heads, and EDG, they can breathe a sigh of relief, but not for much longer.
They're going back into Sociable.
In. Yeah, this
يلا انها
guy.
حلاوه عنده يا صاحبي.
Dagger to the heart. That's a spike drop down in their laps.
تايم اوت.
All Sociable has to do now.
5-1 يلعب سيف 6-1
life.
بيسوي تايم اوت 6-1 ولا النكست؟
Pressure is on EDG to clear out.
احس اي دي جي يفضل يسوي تايم اوت في الايكو.
Does a good job.
There is an opening here over towards A, but
إلا إذا فاز ذا راوند.
It's a foot race over to the A
فينيكس يبغى ياخذ الاورب اذا هو موجود يروح يسوي بلانت. فايس خذاه بيألت فايس الان بيقدم للوال وبيألت يمديك بسرعه ما هو ناس يقول في محله استر حقهم
watched for here. They don't stand a chance, not into it. FUT with these deep pushes, there's information they're gathering throughout the map. Sociable, it's been aggro as anything, but it's been exactly what they needed. They've been able to just stack these players into the most important areas of the map.
اصلا اي احد يلعب استر.
Look at this from Kangkang's perspective.
خلاص
Can you imagine somebody doing this to Kangkang?
احس بفخر لما اشوف واحد يلعب استر ما ادري ليش كاني انا اللي مصمم الشخصيه.
هي وكيو and Zeus. Sop especially though. Just bringing the fight to him at all times.
دفلي.
EDG are going to take a tactical timeout here, and I think it makes a ton of sense. This is the first round where EDG have really noticed that push out on the defense side.
بالتصويت عشان تشتري لك أرض في شمال الرياض.
But for the brain trust over at EDG, Autumn should now be able to get the read that Sociable is pushed up very deep behind them regularly. And to me, the Coinbase win condition is baiting that out and punishing it, frankly. You want to be trying to bait Sop onto these deep lines, bait the push out of Sociable and go back and collect him. Or even have a look at they're ready to punish him in the first place.
We've been mentioning it all throughout this series on top of it. I mean, FUT, got to give immense amounts of credit to them. I think they are well prepped coming into this matchup, despite that EDG have had a ton of time off, a lot of time to work on their map pools.
EDG have also changed their coaching staff enormously, right? Yeah. You might be familiar with seeing the Chinese members of the coaching staff there in the booth. A co-head coaching situation, and yet now it's Autumn fully taking over that. They even picked up an Australian assistant coach at the beginning of this stage who was previously making YouTube videos titled stuff like "This is how you fix EDG."
We saw evidence of that in their own region in China. EDG were back on top, but this is a tough and rough beginning here. The squad that was hoping to put their best foot forwards, especially representing China as that #1 seed. This is EDG gearing up for a bit of an exit.
I assume this is a
pop off.
I assume this is a pump fake, but no, they're just going for it.
He's committing it now. He's only got the stinger in his hands. He's looking to see if he can make his mark forwards and known. Sociable is already inserting himself here, sidestepping, lining them up though. Jenny is right there, and his shots have all gone wrong. The adjustment, spray control, not on point here. Yedajay only getting the one. Collapse of the FUT defense here. Cristali has got a lot to do in a spot like that, and he is just completely unaware. MasterCard thrifty. EDG needed this one, ordered up for them, something to get the momentum back in their side of the court.
Yeah, they needed a miracle run.
يعني ولا شلون يا قلبي والله اني اسمعها منك يا بابا يا قلبي انت تمام. التصويت فايدته ما منه فايده الصدق، مجرد تجمع نقاط عندي في القناه وتصرفها عندي في القناه على اشياء معينه. طفيت كل الاشياء ما عاد في في اي بي فقط، وبنرجع نفتحها من جديد، فما منه فايده باختصار. معليش حبيت الطف الجو معك بمزحه.
Forwards, like the GE default, Horns not broken in time, and that forces Sop to respect it.
It is a good default.
جاب
You
البستر.
can see how much pressure it puts there onto the chamber, but they've lost a main in the process, and Zeus, Sociable, they are not going to give this up lightly.
Tank side operator, Kang.
كان ولو
We've seen phenomenal stuff from him.
كان ولو
What to deal with though, it's off angles on off angles for the A main hold. Smoggy though, just completely rips the head clean off, and Zeus following up. Not long for the ward, he's going to be forced back to that spectator seat now, watching in wonder to see how the hell his team can possibly find a way out of this one. Side control here for EDG.
معكم التكيو.
For the next signs alive with a util, they will fly forwards here.
يو ونبل كيو تاخرت.
Nightfall's committed. This is desperation now. EDG looking to see if they can fight away and batter potentially some respite out of this situation.
Knife man.
3 hopping over towards the box. That blind is everything there, and Cristali just didn't quite spot it. Jenny though cleaned up, cleared out.
Nice.
Missed shot from Shelby.
نايفك وجو يرحم امك من اول.
Odds are ripped out, but it wasn't even necessary.
غبني كيو.
Counted for by Sop over the shoulder. The defense was there.
The FUT fans will be absolutely loving that one. These are the kind of clutches that they couldn't convert in the previous games that we've seen from them in Pearl. Playing against Vitality, they're the ones that were in the post-plan scenarios with all of the advantages, watching it trickle away from them. Here they convert a 3v5 retake. Should have never happened. Should have never happened. I was all ready to praise EDG. Their spacing's been so much better in the last couple of rounds.
والله في معلومة واحد قالها كويسة، أحس الفل دبليو تيم فل دبليو بيقدر يفوز على فوت.
Sop is a menace, bro.
مو دائما الصراحة، بس أتوقع إذا ما تبغى تصعبها على نفسك، قبل شي كانوا إيكو راحوا فل دبليو بي وجابوها.
EDG next up. We'll see this one. It's fast. Loses a bit of util to supplement, but the peak just off the back of that stun. Zeus is immediately traded out and cleaned up. Sociable. Hold on, what is this? Collapsing onto them, Yedajay. Flexing a little bit. Shishu's right there, though. Able to respond.
It's another scenario where EDG have got themselves into a winnable position, but Shishu does not have a pull. Something to keep track of. He's willing to use these in the middle of these engagements, these brawls, which means that they probably still need to be a bit more active in this post.
وين ناويين يلعبون؟ أندر هول كروس تفرقوا له.
Doubled up, they have split up. Looking to cover more ground together here, but this could be disastrous for them. It's a plant potentially there for Heaven. Star's going to be laid down. Watching forward, good adjustment. Snap back, brings it into the 1v1. Cristali! Left guessing. And Jenny with that wrap. Is the insurance policy this team needed.
قاعد يسويها والله.
Super well played round by Shishu. First one where he's been able to
قاعد يسويها
stamp his
والله
impact
كويس.
on the game. He helps clear up this fight with his team in this scenario too, rather than being on a bit of a lurk play somewhere else in a
هذا الكل.
and that snap onto Sop. And the fact he escorted Cristali in a deeper position. I mean, ifs and buts from the FUT coaching staff, but they can't be too mad about it. They just won a 3v5 retake in the previous. But that is going to knock them down onto an
أنا كان طبعا اللي ما يدري ترى يلحس الشاشة وهو يلعب.
A bit of respite, don't they? Foothold has been found. We'll see though. Hot shots fired out and accounting for this corner, but we'll see if nobody's got it in his mind to clear this one out. Hold on, sidestepping! Got it! In the hands of Zeus! Strikes them
لعن
down.
ابليس الجارديان والتابات اللي صارت في المد يا عيال.
Kills, but they're already a player down, and this is not.
يمين بالله شالعهم راس اقل احد.
The FUT duelists have just been so
لا ملزق في الشاشة، هو لازق في الشاشة عشان كل ما يجيب كل يقول
Having said that, the wrong read.
فهمتي يبصم على الكل.
He's going to need to get one of these kills.
No way, get out of here at all. Should be cleaned up, and there it is. 3 now. Jenny in a round. It's going to cause for those fast rotations. Cristali's there. He's got that flash being held, underhanded, right through it into the one-way now, and it has pushed and peeled these players all the way back. The blind is good. Sees up into the corner, but no weapon to really work with. Sociable at the sidestep. 35 seconds left.
Looking to try and pick up a gun. Look at it. The team pinging the position of a weapon that he could try to play for in the 1v2.
There it is.
Grabs a phantom, makes his way around to the flank. Jenny though, the wall, it's tripped.
Yeah, so that's going to be signaling everything. There's a gambit by Sociable, hoping that they potentially wouldn't have that util down, but doubled up. They slap Sociable back down to earth here. And EDG finding a way back in. They're just trailing by 2 rounds now.
They've been able to do a little bit of punishing these aggressive plays. This one, not a great
يا
example
اخي
of
جاب
it.
3K حرام والله.
In a 2v5 scenario though, yes, better weapons. But I think the FUT coaches can genuinely be annoyed about this one. They had 3 players alive towards the end in a 3v2 with guns down. Any level of group up, any level of group up,
ايش اللي خرب فوت؟
group up stack B, anything like that would have converted the round for them. They've given EDG an opening.
Signs for the default here. Phoenix wall. This time there's just a flash. Sidestep. Horn will have to be broken, committed. Sop didn't really have anybody to do that for him. The slightest of margins that he's working with here, and he's still overstaying it. Ult's going to be committed though. Nightfall scatters forwards and away. The Molly at your feet. You've got to be careful about that one, but Smoggy did pop off the ult and now caught into the corner. Reposition again by Sop. Steel Garden. Going to be good for it. Sop is a ton of util just layering down over towards that backhaul position. Footer just trying to find way backs in. They're flashing forwards, fighting forwards, tooth and nail, but it is pushed back, shut down. Kang, rifle play in his hands, dash towards the side, cuts up the angles perfectly. And Footer dismantled.
لا تجي قاعد تسكتني.
Ult's committed and all. It's up to J to see if he can do anything at all. Not covered, not accounted for. Hold on, he's bringing it into a 1v2. That was what the plan was. Anticipating the wrap, and he has a lot of util to his name. Star. Dropped down, pulled back, peeled back. Biding his time, just trying to hunt out where these players could be. Jenny, weak. 1 bullet will do it. Holding shallow angles across the board. Wants to give it up, but already revealing the hand. J twisting, turning, hold on, ISO it in. The knives out.
والله ترولوا.
J.
It's an unbelievable clutch.
قالها والله قالها.
It's a spot that he should never have been able to win.
لا حويكا يا اخي شو اسمك ذا غيره خلاص ما حد قالها.
Being converted here on Pearl. A 3v5, a 2v5, and a 1v3.
الزبده انه صدق.
And you see the difference in the reaction from the coaching staff. Tells you everything you need to know. EDG, just when they feel like they're starting to get the rhythm of how FUT want to take these fights, how they want to flood, how they want to brawl, they're still not clean enough to convert in the moments that matter.
Potential here for EDG. They could bring it up to 5. Make it half-hearted half here. Forwards, but Sop not dealt with. Just disrespecting the default this time. The horns alongside it.
He found that micro timing just before the flash.
Still squaring up, looking to posture their way back in, but they're being slammed shut, the door in their face. Judge at play. They're being decimated, ripped to pieces.
لا إله إلا الله.
FUT
قلتها
get
يا
back
ولد.
into things, powered by
قلت
these
لك ولا ما
clutches,
قلت
and
لك؟
also by the disrespect, by the willingness to take the fights into
صح.
EDG.
Let's
I
go.
think they also got a read by the end that EDG were just going in the same direction as their early pressure. EDG tried to keep
يلا
things
نعطيكم
simple.
تصويت الهاف.
Played right into FUT's hand.
Not out of of the danger just yet at all. Still trailing by 4 rounds. It goes without saying, but an essential pistol round coming up. The EDG.
Sociable was right. They are making a lot of people unhappy with this performance. FUT have been in control from minute 1. There were moments in this map where they've let it slip a little. But EDG's game plan's not quite enough to close out.
Hold on, you are hard committed here. It's the middle of the start, but just a pullback now, and he needs to find a couple of targets.
Back.
Head clean off now. Players are rapidly approaching, and already just pure disrespect on display. Flash forwards. Kang handles the pressure and creates diamonds out of nothing. It's a 3-piece for him, and he managed to salvage the entire operation. It's up the LONDON. Accounted for now with a wall being tripped and nobody has got him in his sights.
حلو من كان قام اخيرا.
It's going to come down to aim jewels. They've been behind in macro play.
ضحك التركي قال انا عن امه اولم
and yet here you see
اللهم
is just allowed.
سنسيفيوم الحين بيعطيه كل المصطلحات التركيه قام.
So happy in a moment like that.
شو
explodes up out of his seat as well. He may have just given his team the
اوكي هذه الروح اللي نبغاها، هذه الروح اللي بتفوزك وتكنسل كل كلامي. شلبي لا تحكي تركي.
Put a bit of pressure on FUT, force them to buy those full armors into the roundy bonus.
Util's going to be traded out back and forth here. Sop onto that angle. Not quick enough with it. Kang one step ahead. In terms of the A main control, but
اصبر خليني اجمع كل المصطلحات التركية اعطيك اياها.
An inclination now with a Prowler connecting, but they're taking it all the way up through connector, looking to see if they can push and punish these players. Smoggy surely would have been hearing this and making the appropriate reaction, understanding that he was about to be pinched and squeezed. He presses and pushes forwards himself.
I really like this kind of setup from FUT, being able to completely navigate around the vice.
Jenny is there with the rifle in hands. Trade eventually coming through, but not before Jenny did the damage, softening up.
معهم فاندل 3v4. معهم فاندل.
This is Zeus with the spike. I'm not sure where he's going. Now he's caught into the corner. There it is. Sim packing.
They got a look through up towards A, and so they wanted the spike to try to extract itself from B link. It's a crazy call.
Everything else is being accounted for
تقصديني
now.
امل
Missing pieces. They are connecting the dots.
XLG بيلعب بكره وبيختار لوتس ضد وبيلعب اليوم بالماتشات جاي.
This is going to be EDG fairly easily cleaning him up and recovering this vandal. I think
اليوم ايوه صح قلت.
odds on best decision here is literally just to toss the gun off the map sometimes. We'll see if he makes a play for it. See if he looks to keep it.
Yeah, he might be looking to just save it at this point. There's no way you win.
We can see that there's no EDG player hunting him down either.
والله يسوونها
play
EDG.
this one safely. How many times have they been in a winning position?
لا اقول لك شغله بالعكس، ترى الاتيام اللي تلعب لك اوف متى وتلعب بتشكيله غريبه مثلا زي BRX زي XLG زي فيتاليتي اللي يطلعون بكومب مميز فيهم، والله هم اللي يجيبوا لك المتعه للجيم. اقسم بالله. وتذكرون جيم XLG بدايه السويس وجيم فيتاليتي ضد فوت ايش ذي يا
beyond him. He is the superstar in China. He plays like the superstar. He knows that he can have that impact. If he pushes out early, he may be met by Yedajay. But I would expect the Astros to play tucked. A FUT want to take that brawl for a main control.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of space conceded just off the back of the KO knife. The horns as well, not broken.
Think about the way that Mini was breaking down their haven. They went and took some A-long control and they almost always pivoted away, anticipating that EDG were going to be overstacking. This time, Sociable thinks about retreating and wants to double down. Only for a moment, just until he got seen. Force the smoke out of Chishu.
والله البونس من عند EDG ما هو سيء صراحة. اوتلو تسبكتر ومبلدوك يمشي الحال إذا قراها صح.
Looking to pivot in a different direction.
EDG, all of that Haven map played like a fiddle in terms of the rotations. So not looking too different. The clearance losing control of.
في وال في البي ولا ما؟
They have no trip towards lane, so these FUT players are going to be able to walk all
إلا
the
بس
way
وينه؟
through scot free.
لا موجود صح.
لا
والله وين الوال؟
It's going to be on him again with only a ghost.
It's barely anything to work with. Scraps. Once it ends, at least with the delay, Util is there. The horn not broken in time, so I guess the acknowledgement they were looking for. Trail's going to be leading towards it, and Tennis is trying his best to see if he can play around these angles, sidestepping. See if you can buy some time for the rest of EDG to flood in, but they are late to the party. Just 2 of them remaining. Kang. Here, he's got a dash active, but a shot to go on wide. So Flash and a Prowler playing into that Halls angle. Zeus looking to lock this one down. Sociable, he went down as a result of it. More util where that came from. We're going to see the C's sent overhead. Zeus steps forwards. The barrel poking out, but sidestepping, running and gunning. Name of the game, flash forwards. Oh, whoa! It's all gone way too wrong.
Crostali's happy about it. The game comes right towards him.
Smoggy
with a 2K got an extra flashback. He'd already used 2 at Halls. This is the 3rd. And Shishu sees nothing but white.
Team flash.
KO.
And also, it's just not coordinated with nobody.
ما ادري. انا مستغرب الوال معه.
Back Halls together, and Smoggy's thinking to himself, I just got a flashback. Surely we should be using that. You don't have time.
التفاصيل الصغيرة دي تفرق والله.
Chaotic moments. And the tempo favors FUT. That though was a bonus, and Kang now comes back with an even bigger gun. It's the up in hand for him.
It is the big boomstick, but this is a fast, aggressive play. Still nobody fading away, rifle in his hands. 2 chopped out of the picture, and it's the biggest hitters for FUT. Losing Zeus and Sop. See if there's a pause to be played for. Yedajay eager to lay claim to a bit of the space if he feels like it's unaccounted for. The Prowler though will put a bit more caution in his step.
حط مت لا ما كان مت الراوند اللي راح نتكلم يا لست.
Jenny alone on B, completely isolated by this over-rotation from EDG. But at least the wall here will give them advance notice. He needs some help. FUT pause.
وهذا المتعودين عليه.
Hesitation. They're not sure how they should play this one.
They're waiting for a player to work their way up through B main, but Yedajay's doing it alone, and he's got a lot to clear.
And that's meant the EDG defense is now more spread out. They've missed the timing to go back and try to punish Jenny. This is now just a straight-up player disadvantage. EDG are wondering where on earth Sociable's taken the troops. But with Sop and Zeus dead, it is some firepower gone, some sting out of the hit.
The wall, almost not going to be revealing towards that back horse position. The molly though, enough to prevent at least the push out, the flood defense. These stars are making it very awkward to see if he can hear and clear most of this one here. And Jenny does hold back that horse position. Critical element at that. Fights to be taken and 1 out here.
والله ضيعوا وخسروا دولز بشكل غبي FUT.
Doing the hard work there and a heavy lifting around like this. EDG now just trailing by 2.
You see how difficult his positioning can be on this squad. He's asked to do so much. I mean, early on when Jenny was first added to this team, he was asked to pick up duelists and flex rolls and Yoru and all sorts. Now he's such a critical player for them, plugging the gaps, playing the glue role for the team. He still needs help in rounds like this, but they got the help there just in time, and he was good for the first. Playing the Sentinel role on these first 2 maps for the squad. On Haven, on Pearl. If we go to Fracture, you'll see something different from him. But this is going to be, as far as I can remember anyway, the first tack timeout used by FUT. There's no way they took one on Haven.
No, they haven't been feeling pressured until now, and it's good signs of life really from EDG. We desperately needed to see it, and they have shown up. Now just trailing by 2, you can feel the pressure is not on.
كل كلام اللي قلت عنه.
To the other side of things here, interjection by Vlad and Bambino.
I think the wall over towards B-Link is actually causing a bit of trouble for them, because if the game plan is let's default A and then pivot B, well, the wall is giving it away a lot of the time, and you don't have the patience to be able to extract yourself from A main and go full B main. That rotate is just way too long. So I think possibly the Coinbase win condition here that they'll be talking through is having some level of a B-Link default to bait out that Vice wall before they go over towards A, but it is very tough to have a game plan that revolves around taking A main and B-Link at the same point. Perhaps they should be defaulting through Art and pivoting back around on the loop play that we saw from them earlier, where you can push through that connector and never have to trip the wall. The wall's gone.
Yeah, it's moved to a different place this time, over towards the A main angle.
لو تيم يجبرهم يروح للسايد
open.
FUT.
Just missing his shot though. Just able to get the orb as well, so that's knives in his hands.
اي تقصد في اذا الماب طيب ان هذه الفكره نتكلم عنها في ماب بيغل تجبرهم انهم يروحون بي ما تعطيهم الاي هذه الفكره الاساسيه.
It's fast and loose, risky business because of the E-code that's being played for here by FUT. Comes out of that individualism. Zeus with the right click, it goes way too wide. Yedajay picks up the pieces from it regardless. Brings it into a 1v2, but there's still weapons to be reclaimed, and he's tapped, pushed forwards. Chichu, he's got the patience in his mind, and there it is, well trained on the right line.
Slightly wrong read there from Yedaji. He thought that these players were going to be faster to contest him. Otherwise, could have even picked up a weapon in the midst of all of this.
Spike down A.
Zeus was almost the exact player that they needed in that spot. Baiting his team on the art push to be able to clean up could have been perfection. But we get to see a rifle round. This is the one that FUT took the timeout for. This is where Vlad and Bambino have had their input.
والله بس انه يلعب صح.
Important one for them.
Well, immediately you see that the vice wall's in a different place as well. It's over towards Art. So if FUT are thinking about that vice wall, it's in the wrong spot now.
Constant adjustments from EDG to try and disrupt the timeout if there was a plan to try and play around that lane control.
I like it. It feels like they're thinking about their defense more than their attack.
I'm trying to get one step ahead of most of this now. That's a knife ball that scatters forwards. 2 tags, potentially 3, getting the acknowledgement that this is a stacked site, but FUT are not slowing down. It's Zeus again. He's leading the charge for them. Let's listen in to see what FUT have got up their sleeves.
Hala backside. Bekliyor backside. Backside.
Kuracağım.
Nefes 4 5.
Art dikkat. Arta dikkat. Kuruyor.
Koruyorum.
Provlarım var. Arta provlar atacağım. Sakin.
Çıktım geri. Arkaya bakıyorum. Flash'im var beyler benim. Arkaya al.
Artı yok.
Flash atıyorum. Gelin.
Backside.
Sola hold.
Sana bakıyorum. Yapış.
Sıkır.
Backside sağda.
FUT making the adjustment to simply hit that second wave timing into A. When they've pivoted away before, when they've tried to play a tricky game, this time the coach is saying, guys, just hit them.
اي ففكره كنترول اللي هي لما تاخذها
And here it comes. Yedaji barreling in
وتتخرب عليهم البوست تحدهم يسوون بوست باك بلانت باك سايد
really important shot there.
افضل من انهم يلعبون زي ذا اللعب
The
شفت؟
A post plants have not been a strength for FUT. But there they choose to try to take the fights into EDG as they're coming in, put pressure on them, and turn the economy completely on its head.
The war chest filled to the brim for EDG despite the weaker buy.
يوب ستايل ترى بالغالب.
We'll see if they're anticipating and expecting this one. Knives out, but it's nobody who's going to be claiming that kill. Also popped off and around like this. Yes, indeed. They're already cutting swaths out of this FUT tech side default. Forcing a quick reaction now over towards A, but that is exactly where Jenny is posted. Delay util primed. These players are getting cut up and picked apart now.
The Vice just helps Jenny hold on more than the Cypher did on Haven. You see here how much this FUT timing has been stalled. Jenny can now reconnect with the rest of the team. Admittedly, it is going to be with slightly weaker buys. Kangkong should probably give the op to somebody else. He already has the knives. It's greedy.
Let's take matters into his own hands, though. A spot like this as a nightfall is committed. Why not? EDG winning position, and it points the trails exactly to where the target's being looked for now. Up trap at the dash. Kangkong, hard clearance. These players are far and away, and potentially an unwinnable position, really. You're going for raw, blind spam, shots in the dark, going fishing for these kills. Another right clip that goes amiss, but still a kill collected. Thanks to Chichu. And now you can square up, make sure you shut out that main angle.
Okay.
EDG to do it once more.
That combo that we saw in the China Grand Finals with Kangkong and Smoggy comes through when they need it most. EDG are fighting back here on Pearl. Smoggy using his ult to be able to distract and pull the crosshair away from
اغلب ايام البطوله يلعبون بدون لست واحد، ايش السبب؟ يعني نقدر اشوف
كلام في دون لست.
اغلب ايام البطوله يلعبون وين؟ متى قد شفت جيم 1 دون لست؟ عدا فيتاليتي.
FUT themselves are on a thrifty round. Zeus
الآن
away from the blade
FUT يلعب جديد يلعب تودونست وهذا FUT الحين يلعب جت بس يلعب تشامبر يمكن FUT الوحيد اقصد FUT وفيتاليتي.
Announce himself to the conversation and the fight. Slam it down these players. Needs a bit of a bailout. Smoggy is right there by his side. 10-10 at this point for EDG, firmly back in it.
FUT were all smiles, all taunts on Haven, And now it feels like they're getting wrapped up a little bit in the aura of the crowd, the aura of the moment.
كيف جاب ثاني؟
They're rushing things a little here, and the faster they play, the less they rely on better macro, the more that EDG are happy to just take the brawl. It's in moments like that round there that I understand where EDG's read was. An Asian team, an APAC or Chinese team.
فراكشر.
I think FUT need to rely on being able to take space away slowly, squeeze EDG out of the map. But they're losing their heads a little.
Composure, something spoken about with his FUT squad.
ايه كان ثاني مغيوف.
At least about their inexperience and seeing what they could do. They've kept their head above water to earn themselves a spot here in this playoff game. But EDG are showing a different level.
ايه أنا معك. بزيادة معطيني سبوت.
They are weathering the storm that was thrown at them, finding answers straight past it. Instantly there, Zeus dash back. He's able to trade at least one of the kills, brings him to a 4v4. Heavy emphasis and pressure over towards this one. Would corner not clear. Jenny's here now, tucked tight. Already found himself one, maybe two. Yes, indeed. EDG cutting the opposition to pieces. There's no hope. There is no mercy. They're looking to take the lead. Spike needs to be retrieved. 35 seconds left. Time is of the essence. They know exactly where his position is now. Chichu and nobody going to be ensuring to play this one. It's a high-low setup.
He won a round like this before, though.
Trying to leave no room for error.
إذا هو كويس يحط ستار لازم. خلاص حط ستار الحين.
He's got one more at his disposal. Going for it once more. This time full committal. Ball not broken. Revealed. Changes the game. And with that, EDG take the lead in this map.
Okay.
There are so many.
يا عيال والله ما توقعت يسويها EDG والله.
The nerves are playing a factor for sure. Look at the way that Jenny is fighting over towards this. The first swing is lovely, but then he gets pinned in a corner. Zeus is desperate to play in a teammate. The updraft over the top is nice, but Crystalli and Soft don't commit. Maybe on the wrong page, maybe not willing to take the risk in the moment. But it gives Jenny a chance for two. And he's gone from being bullied on Haven.
وش الجمهور اللي في لندن؟
And FUT, they now stand in a very difficult position.
هذه السنين ذولا واجد.
These are jeers from the crowd. They've made themselves the villains. They've made their bed. They got to live with it. They got to sleep with it.
And what a turnaround, because if you think about the run into Masters London, they're mocking in the region, people not giving them the respect that they've earned in previous years, in previous tournaments, but it's been a bad run of form recently in tournament after tournament for China. XLG though,
يجيك واحد معطينهم درجات زيادة يا عمي ذول يدخلون وراهم مو بذهب.
After looking like they didn't have any gas in the tank on Haven, are fighting back and showing you that champions level grit.
اللي بعده.
They are favored to take this map now.
Absolutely. It's a flip in terms of that energy, the momentum firmly now. It's like a tailwind behind the EDG squad.
ميزانية كاملة. يغطون أكثر.
Take it all the way to
فوق 70%.
So we could buy from FUT, but they're given full allowance over towards the A main angles and these orbs, so they're able to get the knives in the hands of Zeus.
من العوائد والفلوس اللي يدخلونها من الألعاب. فطبيعي يخلوه يغيج لهم الحال.
It was pretty sloppy. They led with him instead of letting him bait and clean up.
Oh my!
This time he's there and he's sharp. Eviscerates Kang early on, paying him back for the execution in the previous round.
A big kill to claim. Kang being their heavy hitter.
Jenny is going to be asked questions of her here again.
Flash of the peak over towards the top, and he's revealed his position now.
No!
It was a hard accounted for position. He knew where he was, immediately slipping the net. Oh, this is Chichu. Odin spray down, and in the midst of this chaos is EDG fighting back.
والله العظيم وقته لودن. حبيبي.
Chichu is in there so much faster than you would have expected in previous rounds. Gets himself through on halls, nobody is looking. Not a single player on FUT has any awareness that they need to be looking towards back halls there. Because Jenny's been the only player in that spot for the entire defensive half.
Yeah.
But now that things are getting looser, EDG are finding their timings and their moments, and we have another rifle round, possibly to end it.
An all-out brawl, an all-out brawl. The pullback at the start. The fight wasn't ready for EDG. Caught unaware here. Smoggy with the disengage all the way back, but that's at a knife tag, and he's not going to have any more util to play with, including that ult in the back pocket. He's stuck here. It's about fighting your way forwards, but the trading and the scaling is just immaculate. FUT don't let anything slip here.
كان تشيتشو تشيتشو
Chicho and Kankan hoping for open sight lines, hoping for access to potentially a player or two. Anything to even this fight out. Dash dissipating, but acknowledgement there. They clear out the default spot. But how do you deal with Art? How do you deal with Main? That's the next question. The obstacles will keep piling up. So Stardust committed here. Chichu poking out a bit of the barrel here in an attempt here. It's all or nothing. Bit of spam, but the body block just goes awry. Not able to account for it in time. Still Kankan sharp on it, but a wrap around. Zeus, a 4-piece to finish that round up. FUT are not done yet.
When the road gets tough, Zeus is there, helping FUT plow onwards. He was absolutely magical in their most recent game. And it feels like any time SOP is not dominating, Zeus has an opportunity to take over. This 1-2 combo is delightful. EDG have still got a great chance to be able to close things out here and go over to Fracture, but
لان اذا راحت او تي ما استغربت تقلبها. ها تروح او تي ولا يحسمها اي دي جي. الله.
take a tactical timeout to try to adjust what they're going for. So a little bit of support, but he's still going to end up on the B side as that solo anchor.
FUT عندهم التيين.
If FUT want to win and get things at least to overtime, let's say, they're going to have to go through Kankang's op on A.
Once more, it's fast, it's loose. Kankan!
Oh!
He's gone! Moved! Head on that chopping block. It's Zeus the one to do it too. A bit of counter spam in through the smoke. Hunting and fishing for these kills, but another
كيو
side
يدمر الدنيا يا عيال
deep push even further beyond. FUT have space. They have OT in their minds.
ما هي بعيد اصبر. استرا باقي مع استرا باقي مع الت وجيمي او جيني ناقصه يذبح واحد الفايز. لو يذبح يقلت
Can't be doing this, man! Strikes him down with lightning in his heart, and he's dragged this all the way to OT.
That early A main take is beautiful too. OT. We were talking about Kankan being that important defender of the A site, and Zeus got past him. And then the players are so ready to be set up for anti-flash positions at the end. Zeus dodges it anyway. Supremely skilled, and EDG losing their chances of closing this out cleanly will now have to scrap through overtime and back to the attackers half, which was, it was tough for them. Yeah. There was not much working. SOP has come into this first round with a glass cannon op. And if he takes a peek through that double door area,
ومخلين سباك بيلعبون ديفولت.
اوكي. Contesting mid.
Here it is. Should be hotly contested, potentially spoiled by the barrel pointing out, but everybody biding their time from EDG.
راح نفس الكورنر.
Tight with the corners, a flash and a peek, it's good by EDG, and Zeus is way out to the open.
بس هنا 2v2. 2v1.
That is beautiful anticipation. 2v1 on the mini map as well. They knew that push was coming. What a read.
Player advantage.
كان مات.
EDG cannot let this one slip. They were struggling for rounds on our attacks.
راح التواقع اللي معهم. اوكي باقي كيو.
Could just pick up an orb here and hit the B site.
We don't want to give anything away. Not to the player that's sitting in the lane potentially there to haunt. Smack bang in the middle of the site. Gets the reveal onto the lane player, but a lot of clearance otherwise. Yet J, he's trying to sidestep most of this now. Past a lot of the util. Phoenix Wall might get you in, but what does it do for this one here? It's a Prowler. It connects.
ذهبت بلانت.
Do you know that Yet J is going to be posted up on a flash to try and play your way forward. Sidestep Smoggy's on a tear.
سواها.
But EDG, it's a round that they need it.
One more.
This team, the hope of China, they secure another map point here. Looking to push things towards Fracture.
EDG.
This is only the second
كان يبيلعب بوب صح؟
and already They're adapting their game plans really nicely. This anticipation of a mid-push is a beautiful way of opening an advantage for yourself. And then they group up, keep it simple, hit towards B, and bait FUT into making the first move. Zeus has been the hero on the other side. Can he deliver again in another scrappy A fight, or are we going to map 3?
Another full fight, but Molly has to be sidestepped.
حلو منه علشان يظنون انه باقي بيلعب بوب في الاي، عرفت الفكره؟ فبيلعبون سلو جهه الاي، هم ناويين يضغطون ارت فاست. حلوه من اي دي جي.
About to trigger it. Prowler's broken. Biding their time and now they take it. It's perfect. Picture perfect.
Oh no!
But to stop to it. Immediate 2 kills now, flooding forwards all the way. Nobody is going to really stand up and step up into all this pressure. We're going to see if he can slap down the attack that's coming his way. Stars Util, full throttle, the season to the corner. This guy's not stopping.
2v2 يا ولد القم ما تقدر تتوقعه.
Back and leave his life. The rest of the team here for EDG, this is absolutely everything.
اتوقع انه شك.
Chichu slipping that net. Last player accounted for.
وصول.
1v2, you can play this one with discipline, with diligence. Spotting out just wide here, fight to be found, hold on those bullets. Finding their mark, Chichu wanted to defuse, Star needs to be laid down, the pull is not in time, this is half earned, Chichu, win conditions earned. Another tap, try and pull him out of the open, but the Star is doing everything now. Chichu!
Oh my God, سواها. جي 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 والله العظيم سووا اللي انا ما توقعته. والله والله والبلاد منهم. جيم حلو.
A fumble from him earlier in a post plan, and yet a J falls. Pearl goes the way of EDG.
رايحين ماب 3 يا عيال. فراكشر استعدوا. اذن المغرب نقوم نصلي ونرجع يلا.
Is thrown into the mix here by EDG. Twists and turns and evidence that they have used those 34 days of prep well.
I think FUT have also showcased a better version at London. Soft, Yedajay under pressure early as EDG tried to take the fight.
Oh! He's burned to cinders. Seen a fast reaction out of FUT though. They want to take this one straight out from that discontrol, but it's Kang Kang!
Spike down A.
Stamps down his authority over towards that A site. There'll be no recovering around like this. Pistol round vitally important. Sociable looked his way in, but now accounted for fully. 3 in a round for Kang Kang. And a massive deal for them to get a pistol round under their belts.
Doubt is Neon at your peril. What a stun to open up. He basically gets the kill onto Sop there anyway. And that's a clean flick, deleting Frostali. EDG, they struggled in the Yoru meta. Now they're back into a double duelist meta where Kang Kang can play the Jet if he wants to. And he's chosen here to play Neon. I think conventional wisdom would say Neon's a bit better on this map, but you heard Mini want him to come out and play the Jet, dominate the same way that he did on Pearl. Kang Kang showing you why he won a Champions Trophy playing this character though.
Cam's going to be broken here, bit of presence across the board.
This is the major thing that FUT does on their attack side, is a dish default. 3 players go towards dish, leave dish almost every time.
Oh, hold up. Nobody potentially overextended, but no, it's just a Cam. Like a siren at sea. Sociable couldn't resist but stare at it now, and Chichu sidestepping. Nobody's got to be careful here. Doesn't want to donate a weapon. The nade at his back is going to be forced to swing out wide, and it is capitalized off of. Could have found a way in here. Wedge over through that arcade side, just about hammering it now.
It's another one of those spots where nobody chooses the more aggressive angle. And he's donated Spectre over towards Sop. FUT cancel though.
Yeah, they call for the cancel here, but still with these sightlines watched.
They're just
looking in a position to feast.
They were just looking for that little moment to see if they could catch a rotator, somebody who's flanked.
There it is.
And instead, it's Kang Kang with a Marshall, any scope weapon.
30 seconds left.
He's at home.
You're going to see the best out of him. Already knows where the signs of life are. No scope will do the job. Looking for that 4th and give it a cheat shoot. Still happy with it. Strong beginnings. And brought up the pistol rounds earlier because they were vitally important when EDG did play Fracture in that grand finals in China. Ended up losing both of it and the bonus conversion.
I think this game, this final map, comes a lot down to how well prepped they are. Like, not only have they changed their composition, but we saw that that did not work on Haven. So they need to be coming into this game with good theory, but also good ante. You've seen now multiple times this new version of Fracture from FUT. You knew who your opponents were.
Very slow here. Attempt of a bit of a crunch onto the north side. Anything to punish potentially. They see the cam though.
Bring them down.
Just any acknowledgement that the pack is probably leaning towards the south side of the map. It's norm usually if you see that Cypher cam. FUT eager to take a lot of this space now, contacting all the way through, trying to get away with murder. See if they can avoid using too much in terms of util. The fight's going wide here, and Kang's that play with a rifle in hand. Shuts it all down entirely. Already watching and accounting for this sand angle. Shots fired straight through the box, softening up the opposition. And too much to account for, but Jenny's right there. Side by side, reciprocating. The cage making noise though, and Chichu will be cleaned up. Spike down though. Drop to the feet of Jenny. A smoke to replace it. Social Ball weak as anything here. Bonus round. Looking likely EDG in a prime position here. I
have retrieved the spike.
38 seconds left to get the spike back. Not being watched for, but your options are so damn limited.
Jenny's been an absolute monster in this round. He's thinking about sticking around. He's wondering if Yedajay is going to go for this exact play.
Fuck.
This Spectre's already tasted blood. And Yedajay with only 30 health is going to walk straight back into it.
وداخل على الثالث احتمال.
Jenny's got to be favoured here. Yedajay weak as he is. Time fully against him, and he bides his
Double
time.
bonus.
So damn well. 4-piece for the bonus conversion.
What?
That's more than momentum. That is a pure statement to slap under Fracture for our decider.
He's the hidden hero today for EDG. Came up in some massively important rounds for them, defending often fairly solo with the Vice on Fracture. On Pearl. He couldn't get it done on Haven. He was getting absolutely bullied at backside on C. Another very good round in an anchor position there, with only a Spectre. And a couple of whiffy moments actually from FUT. The deeper that this series is going, the more they seem to be running out of stamina. You'd like to see a resurgence from them, and there goes Kang early.
What?
How has Yedajay got two?
2 kills in a blink of an eye, and I'll put in a squeeze onto Chichu, following up through his 15 HP. Gonna take sharp shooting, and he does at least dismiss Yedajay. Threat of that one onto the flank not found, yet dropping all the way down Zeus. He gonna draw blood. Can't commit it though into the corner now, being spammed away. Rifles paving away to success.
لا مو شرط تلعب بفلاش، فلاش مو يوت الاساسي. يوت المفيد بس مو اساسي.
There is quite a lot of time pressure here and lots of corners to check.
And they got the sheriff though. It's going to have to be sharp as anything, offering up these kills, and he just misses.
كأنك تقول احتاج استن. معهم استن. ناقصهم استن، ناقصهم فلاش، ما بس معوضين باشياء ثانيه. سموك مدته طويله، عندهم تو اجريسيف دولست.
He sprints out through the north side and comes around to try to put pressure into the back of Yedajay and forces this fight into Chishu. Really important there, because he's then also in a position to clean up Zeus. If nobody had rotated laterally through the map, through Canteen or through the Jenny position, couldn't have helped out his Sentinel player. Our FUT with a showstopper. They love going dish in rounds like this. And Kang, he wants to take the upper right to them. Instead though, FUT mix it up, put the pressure onto this double Sentinel kind of setup with Jenny and Chishu hard anchoring.
There it is, showstopper now is going to be unleashed. The Few's going to be dropping down with that anchoring position. Chishu not pushed back!
What?
Straight in there.
What a hero!
The reposition of Chishu is perfect on top.
الثاني ألف عليه.
Always contact up, but unaccounted for. All eyes were trained to
مو ألف يعني.
Spike in the middle of nowhere here. EDG.
واو.
Couldn't have put on a better performance. Even if they scripted it, it's a 5-0 beginning.
ما أصدق. لو تقول لي EDG بيفوز على فوت اليوم والله ما راح أصدق إلين ما أشوفها بعيني.
And then he's looking to hard anchor, take the fight to them. And he pulls a bit of pressure away from Chishu, who's immaculate with the conversion.
Chichu لعيب.
EDG have got a good thing going here if Jenny's playing as well as this.
تشيتشو نوبادي ذولي اذا
A
تسلطن
reminder that this is a player who had to fight back for his spot. Last time you saw EDG at a global event, it was an entirely different player in the 5th position for this team. And Jenny has been brought back into the rotation, filling the gaps beautifully for them. FUT have been rocked. They've been hit for 6.
You can see it on their faces. Felt like they were feeding off the excess energy in the arena that wasn't on their side, wasn't being cheered for this EMEA squad.
Sop in particular, man, he was absolutely feeding off that idea of being the villain.
Now you're starting to see that inexperience rear its head at just the wrong timing for them at the cider map here.
لا مو منتلم ضعيف. لا 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 لا. طيب اعطيك معلومه. شوف انا دائما اقول اشياء، اقول توقعات، بس اعطيك اسباب. في اسباب انا عندي نظريه من زمان اقولها وما زلت اقولها، الاتيام اللي تجيك من السويس اشوفها مؤهله غالبا من الاتيام اللي تروح تتاهل كتوب 1 دايركت على البلاي اوفس. تمام؟ بعض الاتيام يتعبون وبعض الاتيام تكون فايده لهم. عرفت؟ فاي دي جي احس انه كان خادر، مو انه سيء، بس بعد ما اندق الماب الاول استنشط. فهمت؟ بما انه فوت جايك متلين من السويس. فالكثير من الاتيام يعانون اللي اول ماب اول جيم بعدين يرجع يدخل في البطوله. البعض يقول مثلا فوت خلاص تعب كم لا يلعب سوس انهلك انقرع. هذا يقول لا بالعكس هذه حاجه ايجابيه انه يكون داخل بالاجواء وانه يتوتر من الستيج والجمهور دي تروح.
Let's push these players way out into the open, but they can just find a little bit of a corner to play in. Zeus with a peek. What a play to make still with that damage done. The Nightfall holding the molly. Down to the middle end.
Sub جايكم فوق. سبايدر مان. شو جمهور؟
And the crowd responds. The villains put a point on the board for FUT, but what a way to do it. What a mess this fight was. The repeat from Kang is what begins it. It's too much, it's too greedy. It hands the operator over to Zeus. Nobody gets away with murder as well over towards A-Halls. He should have been caught dead to rights. There's the energy back in the squad.
Nice أولم.
You see them at the end of all of these rounds, EMEA screaming. But they were looking out of it, they were looking dejected in the last time out. Is this going to make a difference? Or will Kang strikes
طاقية سايفر مو الطاقية.
Far too consistent Kang is.
ترى سايفر لو انه ملت ما اقدر اجيب هيد. اوه يا ناس يا نوبل. لا هذا اي دي جي. هذا اي دي الحصان الاسود البطولة.
He's a feast or famine player, but he is eaten in that round. Sociables left in a 1v5. And just like that, the energy sucked out of the FUT camp. Unless Sociable can pull out something miraculous.
Hoping for individuals, hoping for ones, but this is a high-low setup. EDG.
ترى مع فانتوم عادي يدبلكم.
Wonderful round from nobody.
If I was looking at the EDG vaults of Fracture, and admittedly they've changed their composition around, Brent, but I'd be looking at nobody as a potential.
لا يصير. الصين كله حصان اسود. تي في زد ار 3 اتش. الا. تشاينا اشوفها كله حصان اسود. اي فريق صيني يوصل توب 4 اشوفه حصان اسود. مش على الريجن حقه. زرعه. فهمت علي زرعه؟ او التوب الاول في الريجن حقه. طيب ايش الدولة لها ريجن لحالها. طبيعي انه بيتأهلون اذا تأهل اول في دولته. يعني ايش بيجيك؟ تايلندي من ريجن تشاينا اكيد بيجيك صيني. اي دي جي خطير ممتع بس هو الوحيد. فهمت علي؟ هو الوحيد الممتع في تشاينا. بالضبط. خلاص الفريق مو متوقع يفوز.
his hands like a supercharged operator.
انصب بعين. ما شاء الله يلا ارجع بيك. خلاص قلت ما شاء الله ارجع بيك.
Starley. It's a nice shot.
Down B.
Immediately answered back, and Yedajay doing it from a spot like this. This is EDG. Almost there entirely, claiming that 7-1 this early on.
Their defense sides have been so good actually in the last couple of maps. Cross Pearl, and now from what we've seen in Fracture, they've had good anchor setups. They've also had good proactivity, willingness to fight. Kankan finding himself in positions to have impact, unlike on Haven. And I don't mind the re-peeking this round too with the Outlaw, who are critical of it with the op, but when you've got two insta-fire bullets just to decimate FUT as they approach.
Makes the most of it.
It's too clean.
Feeling like he had to go through with a rifle in his hands, but at this point, FUT needs somebody to get themselves
كان
into
معروف.
this. EDG.
معروف افضل اوبر او افضل لاعب سنايبر في برو بلاير هو ذاك اللعين. اثنين الثانيين حق جينجي وحق بي ار اكس. سمثينج والثاني ايش اسبح خلص بس يقعد يا عيال. جينجي دولست تكسر.
Going to be a fast play. That Molly's going to be landing towards the back stairs of tower and attempt to see if they can get the punish off. Kang seized up, orbital strike. Where's that one going? He's missed it entirely. Hold on, miscommunication.
Okay.
The rest of EDG just happy to bail him out.
Oh, it's a fumble from FUT.
والبلاو السباك معهم. والله ديزاستر صدق.
He was going to get pushed into.
والله ديزاستر. يعطيك العافية يا ابو. على خشمك هناك راسل لي دونيشن.
There's awareness here. Nobody going downs. MJ also finding that kill. That does reveal both of the.
خشمك انت هناك. خشران.
Yet to be retrieved.
Looks like EDG might overfight for this one.
Yeah.
The spike being down is like a tasty piece
نبيك
of
تلعب
bait.
الدرينك.
They can't resist.
Deep smokes laid down, but there's a slight gap, and that is full capitalization.
اصبر بس ثواني يعني
No theft even going to be committed. Yedajay is hoping to see if he can find his way through this one.
اولا يا ولد انا ما قد لعبت الدن. الدن قد لعبتها ختمتها بس ما لعبت الدي ال سي تمام. ثانيا شكرا لك على الدونيشن لكن انا في بطوله للحين ما ادري والله. لكن شكرا لك ما اتوقع بلعبها بس ما عذرني بعد البطولة ذي اي دبليو سي اتخلص من اي دبليو سي ستيج اللي مؤهل للشامبيون. تخلص من الشامبيون تريح اسبوع. خلص الاسبوع يلا الشامبيون. خلص من الشامبيون هناك اقدر اقول لك برتاح. شهر 11 و12 وبداية 1 ابو خالد في ذي الثلاث شهور ابو خالد يلا نبغى نلعب ابني خالد يبغى ينام. هناك عاد باخذ لي اسبوع 10 ايام راحه. ايش فيني لما احط ميوت يلعن امك عصا اخذ سوي كني اقسم بالله حفله. الزبده بعد الشامبيون بيصير عندي وقت تفرغ شهرين. هذه فيها نضبط جدول ومثلا اسوي محتوى الفالو اشطح لعبه شيء. بس انا محيوس في التغيير في اضافه الالعاب في محتواي محيوس لان الوقت ضيق وان اضفت وحطيت مجهود ما اتوفق. لكن ما هو غلط الواحد يفعل بالاسباب زي ما سويت في قناه اليوتيوب الكليبس ولعبت العاب اوف ستريم ونزلتها في اليوتيوب. بس شكلي الخطوه الجايه بصير شيء في البث وقاعد افكر بعد الشامبيون ابدا العب سلسله ريزيدنت ايفل اللي ما قد لعبتها في حياتي ولا اعرف عنها شيء. فبنشوف بس في البث بيكون اللعب مو باليوتيوب سلسله بث مو.
Was the decay that was kicking in. Chichu re-exploring and peeking. That is a dangerous tiding. Trying to go for this one here. Still gets a clean up on the Yedajay. Barely in time.
يعني يفكر يعني انا ودي اخليها سلسله سنويه بعد كل شامبيون الشهرين او دي ناخذ اوف من فالو نمسك سلسله نسوي تصويت مثلا في تويتر اقتراحات العاب كذا تختيم ونصوت
here on
ويلا
French, you
احرق.
can really see it. Their defense side has improved a lot. That A-hole's control
أنت
is
ما هي
much
لليوتيوب.
more dangerous. And
يمكن
FUT
انزلها
scared
بشيلبي كليبس لانها ديلي، بس مو في قناتي الجديدة انها محتوى خاص
They need him to
ومونتاج.
find a fight here
لا،
on this B
القناة
finish.
الجديدة بيكون فيها
EDG
محتوى
ready
متعوب
to
انتاجيا وفكرة
hold an
مختلفة.
angle, flood back in.
Spam, hold on. Brutal
أما
with the smoke.
عجبكم.
Yeah, that is brutal. Just when they're looking for ins.
تقبل.
Finding it difficult to get anything going at
آمين من
all.
سبحان ما حد عين. الله يتقبل ايش.
EDG is the B-side.
الله يوفقنا تقصد. الله يوفقنا
9-1
جميع
being
ويانا.
that scoreline.
من يسمع الشات.
The performance that EDG
After champ there is
waiting for the longest time to show at a global event.
English sport ايش هي؟
Bitter in terms of the disappointment. Bitter in terms of their placement and ending. But now they look
One enemy.
like they're on the cusp
وين
of
دي؟
just sail rocketing forward
في لعبة
to the
إيش؟
upper bracket.
If their fracture's been improved enormously as well, then who's to say that other maps haven't, right? I mean, just because Haven was wobbly,
I'll find you.
فالورة
need
المنتخبات.
any level of rounds that they can gain back in. They go back to their dish default. This is bread and butter for FUT. How do EDG respond? They take the fight into halls, hoping to find Yedoje.
كذاب عالمية.
Relieve some of the pressure, then they can turn back into the site. But Yedo's still on the ropes, and FUT have been granted the whole of A.
Nightfall's going to be confirming that one.
وفيها بس لعبة فالورة ولا كل الألعاب؟
Loose hold towards this one, Yedoje. Sidestepped, Cage. Potential for him to take the ropes here, but this is beautiful work. Good
وين ذي ما
discipline
درت
from
عنها؟
EDG. Cleaning up that avenue. Ball's control is still lost to a degree. Time is going to be ticking as his post plan is played.
Has to be clean from FUT. Need to see Zeus in this off-angle delivery. He's 3 and 10 right now.
Stop. He's on the perfect line there. Precision was needed. It offers it all the way up now. Peeling back and away up towards that high ground angle. Castali running a mockery now over towards it. And nobody now left in a dire hot spot and position.
بس صدق ما درت على السنة اللي واحد يقول السنة راح صارت. طيب صارت في فالورنت.
Maybe, just
لا.
maybe.
هل من اللي يغطيها؟ من اللي يغطيها؟ من الراعي لها؟ يعني اي دبليو سي معروف. اي دبليو سي مشروع سعودي ورعاة ودنيا، بس هذه من اللي قائم عليها؟ حنا بعد يعني بس والدول اللي بس كيف؟ دقيقة واحد يقول شهر 11 يعني شهر 11 بعد الشامبيون حق فالورنت. شهر الشامبيون فالورنت 10.
And fast from FUT, looking to pressure Chichu.
Rapids and Chichu! Not dismayed at all. The trade is intact though from FUT and a bit of spam as well. Might just do the job. Jenny falling down to 48 HP. Comes in the face of Kang. Removing this avenue and even Zeus just slipping past it all. Looking to take a timing forwards, but the same can be said for nobody. All the way forwards. Cam's going to be missing. See if there's diligence in his mind with the clearance into the corner. Dropping down. Not favoured. Social that
خو كبسوا 9-3 ولا 10-2. ما في التيات حرفيا. كان يبغى جاب قلبت 2-2.
Earlier position finds it towards Jenny. Now Jenny's no longer for the world. This is it. 1v2 time already ticking way too far away. Smoggy might as well make a go of it, but for FUT it's that third round that they desperately needed. Just toying with Smoggy now. 9 bullets left, plenty more U to where that came from now. You're going to see it all just loaded. So FUT haven't the slightest of margins to potentially piggyback off of.
But it's EDG still fully in control of the half. A really excellent defense side in general. Last 2 tournaments have been brutal for this region, for this team. They've been mocked, they've been jeered, but this is the wrong time to doubt their ascendancy. 4 rounds separate them and a date with another upper bracket game.
يلا فوت اذا بيسوي كمباك ما له الا البستل مره. ترى ناس ترى معلومه دي ناس مستقله في البستل. البستل من اهم الراوندات في الهاف كامل. اهم راوند الراوند الاول من كل هاف. كان بدايه الجيم ولا الهاف الثاني؟ اهم راوند. يعني حط حيلك والبلاي في ذا الراوند. فحلو انك دائما في الرانك تفيك اول راوند تسوي البلاي حقك اول راوند. شيء متوقع لانك اذا جبت البستل ادفانتج نكست في البونس على الباي حقك وتلعب بونس مجنون. اذا جبت البونس انت كذا تضمن هاف كامل مدمرهم منتليا. وهم اغبياء لو ما سيفوا علشان يطلعون في الباي، لان الناس دلوخ في الرانك الا بلاي ستايل معين صراحه ويطبق بمابات وتفاهم انك تفرس بخساره اللي بعد راوند البستل. لكن الصح انك تسيف. لكن ناس اللي في الرانك خاصه في الهاي رانك هذه غلطه تصير. فاحرص دائما اذا فزت البستل نكست راوند كلكم تشترون، واحد ما يشتري ما في مشكله. اللي هو السنتينل اذا كنت اتاك بيلرك طبيعي، او واحد معك بيطلع في اليوتل وبيكون مع التيم وبياخذ قرن السلاح التيم اللي معه. لكن في الغالب يفضل 4 فرسين. واضح الفكره؟ احيانا يسوون بلاي. بعض البلايات اللي تصير، خلينا نقول مثال، انت خسرت البست راوند، حلو، خسرت البست راوند، بعض الاتيام يعطون واحد من تيمهم اوتلو، عادي تحصل، واحد يشتغل واحد خلاص، هذا في حال انه ممكن يفوزوا يخرب عليهم البونس. هذه احد البلايات اللي تصير. شوف الان الباي فوت فازوا صح البستل، ايش قاعد يلعب فوت وديفنت؟ بولدوغ، سبكتر، مارشل، وهذا شفتوا؟ واللي ضده فول سيف، حتى ارمر ما فيه.
I mean, a round like this is one where you want to be trying to play for the orbs. And FUT have just decided we're dominating this one.
Stamped out any chance of an uprising or any chance for EDG to earn up a couple of ult orbs themselves. 4 players surviving. It's a big deal. It's a healthy bonus round.
ايش بيطلع اللي مات؟ شوف الفيديو ايش بيلعب. اذا يقدر يلعب باندت او شرف او ستينجر من غير ما يخرب الكلمه اوكي. اوف. بس اهم شيء ان الفيد يطلع يوتيوب، اهم شيء. يعني 2 دوغ هاف ارمر. هذا الصح. خلينا نشوف. طلع سبكتر هاف. بس كم مع نكست الفيد؟ 2750. وانت تحتاج عشان تقدر تطلع فول ارمر وفول باي نكست 1500 او 1600 زي سب. شوف سب مات الان نكست.
Definitely committed to the hard work here, trying to push and pull these players out into the open with a bit of a sound and a reload. Baby Chichu, one-man army almost still traded out and unaccounted for. Hold on, this is just turned around on a dime. EDG could have battled away forward to get the plant down, but he's a 2 players. Can't afford in terms of positioning, but it all is up to
تخصصي لا والله.
Is he going to be offered these chances? Not quite at all. Wonderful discipline for round 15. EDG.
شو الحين الجت وش يقدر يطلع؟ الجت اتوقع يقدرون يشتغلون له عشان يطلع فل، لانه ما يقدر. 1600 مع ال 1000 550. ايه بيطلع هاف ارمر. توقعته ما مع بدرافت بعد.
Smoggy's still not up to this Phoenix ult.
Should have orbs to really pick from here, but that's going to be fast lane. Cuts up towards halls and open at the door as well. Trying to pull some.
هي 1900 بالضبط تكون معك او 2000 نكست تضمن فيها فول ارمر في اللعبه غير فول شيلد من غير فوليتين. هذا لا صباح الخير. وعليكم السلام ورحمة. هلا ايش يلا حيا ليلة سهلين. وين الناس الغيبة؟ ابوك ولعن ابليس بغي.
Gives his team a bit of a lifeline in a round like this. A 2v2 is going to be called for. Plan though committed.
Smoggy has that ult.
Really utilised just to get themselves all the way in. The Nightfall now is going to be scattering. Forwards gets the acknowledgement they were looking for, but Smoggy still not dealt with. Tiptoeing, sidestepping, trying to dance around these bullets. But Sociable who wins it out now into the 1v1. All turned. Has an orbital strike, but he wants to keep the gun out. Smoke to cut off the available angles. Left guessing as to where Chichu could be. Here's the footstep, orbital strike. This is to push him all the way out into the open. Chichu no choice but to retreat. And the molly alongside it. Slips his way around the corner to Sociable.
بيك يا حمار.
Survives on a shred of life.
I think Brent, literally the regen armor has saved his life there.
Huh?
During the midst of that orbital strike, he took a bunch of damage, and the regen shield has come back up, and he's lived with 12 HP.
That's ridiculous.
صح ما كان فول اتش بي.
With the molly down, he's
صح ما كان فول اتش بي.
get into that. Look at him.
Look at it. Regen shield dropped down 12 HP.
That is outrageous. I've never seen that happen before. I thought Sociable had that one wrapped up. Surely that is curtains for FUT now.
انا مستغرب ان سوشيبل، بس سوشيبل يدري انه مدمج. اكيد سوشيبل جاه كول 80 يعني انه دمجوه 70 صح؟ رمى المولي ما فكر انه ما بس ما يدرون والله شفتوا كيف الريج من الريج يشيل ده اللي يرجع هذا ما حد ضرب حسابه.
Attempting to punish as well the weaker buy of FUT. You've got an outlaw in his hands.
They're also going to try to use nobody's Fade utility to distract and pull these defenders away.
Hero Guardian from Sock. Nobody's util.
بس توقعت انه والله ما تلومه.
It's pulled Sop off.
والله ما تلوم سوشيبل. تصدق اذا سوشيبل كان يدري انه مدمج ما تلومه. في دي ما تلومه صح لان احنا نتابع ما ولا كذا منين جاء هبوط اضطراري.
Yedajay does not have the gun for this, but the spike is wandering straight into his lap.
Oh my.
If Jenny comes close, it's over.
To judge. Well laid trap, yet nobody still. That is sharp on the line.
Jenny sneaking past him.
He's all the way past it, surely not. Jenny! Bags pointed towards him.
Time.
You do no wrong this EDG, but there is 12 seconds.
فيت لازم يلت.
Time is of the essence. FUT know it. It's a mad dash to see if they can place.
ولد اي دي جي كيف يلعب كذا ضد فوت اللي انا مرشح والله اي دي جي لا حد يقول لي مو اقسم بالله ما توقعت ذا السيناريو والله ما توقعت النتيجه والسيناريو تروح ما واو والله الجيم ممتع. انا قايل الجيم ممتع بس والله ما توقعت ان اي دي جي بيشق فوت. ها حلفت.
How has he got the awareness to be sneaking around that trap setup? It's so beautiful.
Unreal stuff.
انا مرشح الثاني انا ثاني مرشح عندي البطوله فوت بعد فيتاليتي.
One round at a time is how they're going to have to take it, but a squeeze is going to be called for. An offside crunch actually finds success, but as a result of giving up map control, Cristali is going to look to stamp his mark, maybe get his team back in with controlling this tower control.
فايت التاور ذا.
One player just with the bulldog. Plant goes down, sidestepping. There's the acknowledgement at least, seeing these players. That's two tagged up just from that nightfall. Kang.
3v3 جيني مع الت برم. كان موت يا حمار عين دمك. طيب يجيك الت برم.
Burning and bleeding down the clock. Sociable has no more choice but to stick this one. It's a slam dunk finish. It's a short shot. And EDG sail their way forwards.
والاف بليد. شكرا اي دي جي انكم شقيتوهم. سويتوا اللي انا ما توقعته بس شكرا هذا الكلام. ايه.
But China's chosen champions, they're here to win. EDG, they overcome the doubts and strike that early bow in playoffs.
It's a monumental win here for EDG, a team that had everything set against them. And listen, they are.
Oh, يسوون بو.
Kang trying to bring it up, trying to turn it around. It's all respect at the end of the day.
وكان يقول لهم لا.
I don't think that you could be mad at FUT on a personal level, but my God, they were leveling in the idea early on of delivering the upset.
والله محترم كان طيب والله العظيم. انا اتوقع الاتراك يا عيال تكسكوا صح؟ يمكن في لقطه فاتتنا وشيء تكسكوا على الجمهور الا تكسك لعبهم قلص الجمهور